Hello and welcome to my channel. This video is I'm taking a client with long, naturally dark curly hair who has been putting a red color on it for quite a while, and she wants to lighten the ends up. So we're going to go through and add dimension and cut some off. And yes, you read that title right. I am doing a highlight on damp hair. People are doing the wet ombres, why not do a wet highlight, right? I'm going to try it. If you would like to see more of my videos, go ahead and subscribe right here to your bottom right. And maybe ring that little bell so you'll be notified when I add some more videos. I began by letting a clarifying shampoo sit on her hair for a good 10 minutes. Now I am spraying on the Miracle Creator as a detangling solution, obviously, and also even out her porosity. Now, do you ever wonder why when somebody colors their hair with a box color, a Sally color, when you lift it, you can never get rid of that pink. It'll go lighter, but there's always that stain in there. That is because those colors use a direct dye to their pigments to make the color stand out, or I don't know, make it more difficult for us, I guess. But if you ever wonder why it's more difficult, there is your reason. The before picture, of course, is on her wet hair because I forgot to take a picture of it when it was dry. Figures. I'm going to comb it all through, and she wants a lob, so we took what her front hair was, the length there, and pulled that back. I have another video I did on that with my, I think it's the one that I did where my client was going back from a blonde well, I'll just link it right here and I can show you exactly how I cut that. But first we want to cut off the hair that we're not, it's not gonna be a perfect cut right now. I'm gonna do that when the color is done, but I don't want all that length to be there, obviously, because you don't want to have to color it if it's just gonna be cut off anyways. So going in and just doing that rough cut, but making it as even as possible because it's not going to be any shorter when we're done. It's just going to be evened out. So even though I'm doing her highlights on her hair damp, her hair is holding so much water. You don't want it to be too wet, so I'm taking yet a third towel and blotting her. So starting in the back like I usually do with my sections, I'm also doing a root color touch up because she does have some scattered quote unquote natural highlights that she would like to get taken care of. So I am actually only using the shades Cream Cover Plus in 4N. It is, it blends in gray, and you can use 20 volume with it to get even better coverage, but I'm only using 10 because she only has a few and it's a pretty dark color. The darker color is obviously going to cover better, so I don't need to use a 20 volume developer. Plus, I don't want her to get warm roots or anything. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I only use permanent color when needed. It's unnecessary to go through with a gray coverage permanent color in this situation. It's just a lot healthier for the hair in the long run too, because remember, even though the hair is virgin and at her root right now, someday it will be at her ends, and we want to keep it as strong as possible. So I'm going through adding that to the root first, and we're making she wants the ends to be lighter, and we're not bringing it all the way to the root, so by adding it first like this is fine, and then I add the highlight and I sweep it up towards the root color. So the formula I use for her lightener is obviously Redken FLASHLIFT as usual, and I did use 30 volume because I wanted to have a 20-25 volume to lighten her up. I went ahead and did 30 because you got to figure the water does dilute it a little bit, and even if it doesn't dilute it down to a 20-25, I know her hair can handle it either way. So I've been doing her hair for a while, and it is pretty dark and it is really strong, so I felt comfortable doing that. Now, it may be hard to tell in the video because I think hair never looks saturated in a video, but because I make them, I can, and I know that what I did in person looks way different than what it's showing. You really want to saturate the hair very, very well with the lightener and any other color. You can see here I'm putting color now in between because she has a red hue. Even though it's hard to see that tone in this video, there is because she pretty much, I'm pretty sure she doesn't know, of course, what she used, exactly what tone, but I'm pretty sure it's a straight red. And I'm wondering if it was Demi because it doesn't look like she had a lot of lift, or she maybe just used 10 volume because she was trying to cover her gray, so you'd think she probably had to use at least 10 volume on there. And I'm taking that 4N in between and smudging it down through the ends to cover that up. I'm not going to try to remove it, all of that. We could have did a color remover first and then went into the highlight and all over color, but then I got to be careful what tone or what level I do on her hair so it doesn't take too dark, and I don't want to mess with all that. This was just a better for the hair, easier way to do it. And when she gets it touched up, she lives in Tennessee, she's a family member, so I told her that she needs to treat herself and go get her roots done, and when she goes back and gets it done there, she can just do her regrowth for a while. Her highlights can grow out, and then she can just get a few added, but to tell her stylist what her history is for her hair. That way they know. Because if she does ever want to add more highlights to her hair, they'll know what to do or what they feel comfortable doing without having to go in there and going, oh, what the hell happened here? You know, we've all had those. And I don't want to send that away to somebody else. So I like to think ahead when I'm doing a color to what their future is or their goals or whatnot, and then proceed from there. So I literally do this exact same thing all the way up the back of the head and on the top and the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through a lot of this and go to the toning because that's the best part. So here's where I first take out the foil before rinsing. Look at that contrast. It did pretty good. It's more peachy, which is better than I thought it would be. So you can go through and see there's a lot of orangey tones. It's a really pretty warm color though. I'm not trying to counteract too much. And the ends got lighter, which is good. That's what we wanted. So I chose my formula to be the NAs, which I am loving. As you can see, the NAs, I'm using 8NA, which is an undertone of a blue violet, which is perfect because there's orange, which you need yellow to make orange too. So a little encouragement for that. I'm just kind of showing you the chart of why I chose what I chose for you that are just learning how to tone and why and how you choose your colors. And then I'm also going to choose a green natural because she did have red in there. So I'm just using a splash of that to counteract any of those redder pigments that may be left in the hair. And because of my experience with the red at the Sally's color that she used, I normally wouldn't put that much green natural in, but I did do equal parts of that in the natural ash because they tend to be quite stubborn. So I went ahead and did that. Now when mixing shades gloss, you want to shake gently, and then if you squeeze the bottle and put your finger on the tip while you shake, then when you let go of the tip, it'll suck it in rather than squirt it out at you. So here it's been sitting on for I think 10 minutes at this time. I just wanted you to see how it's been working. It's starting to do a good job. You can still see those warm tones in there. I let it sit on another 10 minutes for a full 20, and this is our result, a nice warm beigey color, or caramel, or whatever you want to call it. It turned out nice. If you'd like to watch more videos, don't forget to subscribe. Here's your reminder, and just a disclosure, I am a licensed stylist, so anything I teach on here is recommended for other licensed stylists. Anything you do at home is at your own risk. But thank you for watching either way, and please come back again. Bye.